A2KSPQR. Now we covered a real brief deal with the sequence of activities, and we're going to conclude the sequence of activities with the assault and defender's assault rather quickly, and let's bring that to bear here. This is just a quick rundown. We've covered everything else kind of, so might as well just do this in the same fashion. If we can just get this to focus. There we go. Yay. Okay. In an assault, the attacker adds up all its strength points, and it chooses a hex, one hex that the defender occupies, to make the assault, because only one marker can move into the enemy hex, or one marker can only make the assault. So once the defender adds up all his strength points and the attacker adds up all of his strength points, a subtraction is done, and we find the difference between the two. For example, let's just say that the difference is 2. So we roll one die, we cross-index the result with the difference between the attacker and the defender's assault strength for the result. So let's say we rolled a 3. We then go to 2, which is on top, and we've got an S, the letter S, which means the assault was successful. So the attacker's got a successful assault. If the assault is successful, defending brigades must retreat. Roll again on the casualties table to determine additional loss to the defender. So, not only is the defender, every time he rolls in a retreat on his turn, has to add up disorganization points, but he also gets extra damage and casualties. Now I'm going to turn to the casualties table. This is a little confusing, but I'm going to try to clear it out real quick. This is not the section that I'm going to go into great detail. This is just a quick overview of an assault, defender's assault, and the result, if you will. Okay. Now here's where it gets a little confusing. I'm going to try to clear it up. Procedure. Determine the modification to the die roll corresponding to the assault strength difference. Well, we've done that. The difference is 2. Roll one. Here's where the problem is. Roll one die, add or subtract the appropriate modification, cross-index the modified result of the casualties table for the result. Well, again, we've already done that. We've totaled up the strength differences, we subtracted, and we came up with 2. Of course, we cross-index with a die roll of 4, and we got a successful assault. But 2 is our difference. So we then look at the strength difference, which is 2, so we go to plus 2. Then we go to the right and look for die modification. There is no die modification, so we don't have to subtract or add anything to 2. Next thing that needs to be done is we roll the dice, or as I was, excuse me, we go to 2, because after we did our modification we found it's just plain 2. We go to 2, and then we cross-index to the casualties table, which is 0.10. Okay, so now we got 0.10. This result is multiplied by the defending brigade's current strength to determine the number of casualty points, fractions rounded down to the nearest place, and received. Now we already did the difference. We knew it was 2. So now we take the defending brigade's current strength. Well, we'll have to make up a number. Let's say the brigade's defending strength was 16. It all totaled up and all they could come up with was 16. Okay? Now we already know that the difference was 0.10. So we take 16 and we multiply by 0.10, which I'm going to do because I'm not a mathematician. So 16 times 0.10, 0061. And then we move the decimal back, and we get 1.6. Now, what we have to do next is that it says fractions rounded to the nearest place. Now, this is over 5, and we got a 0.6, so this is going to be rounded to the nearest place, which will be 2. 1.6 becomes 2. The retreating brigade gets an additional 2 casualty points. And that's how you use the combat assault table and the casualties table. Very quickly and very briefly. There are more rules, more, as you already know, variables that will change everything. And there's more details, because the defender gets to do a defender's assault, which is basically the same thing that we just went over. So that's in a further video. This concludes sequence of movement, and I believe that's page 11. So we'll go to the next segment, or rules, which will be unit formation 6.0. Alright, we'll get through this, we'll have fun with it. If you've got any questions, please ask. If you've got any corrections, let me know. I'm not an expert. I've been trying to study this game for a little over 2 years now, and I've only got to this point where I can try to make a video and appear that I know what I'm talking about. You get the picture. Alright guys, keep gaming.